Hello, this is Manon for Out of This Binary. This week we're all doing Draw My Life videos. I'm sorry for the weird angle and for the weird lighting and for my lack of drawing skills. I didn't draw much the last weeks. Yay. We're still looking for new members, by the way. I think you know that. So trigger warning, I will have to warn you for dysphoria, misgendering, general mental health stuff including insomnia and panic attacks, and family issues and divorces, and also ableist language like dyspraxia because of dyspraxia and dyslexia, and bullying in general. So yeah, I was born on the 16th of April 1997. Yeah, I will just assume that that's what the nurse looked like, and yeah, it's a girl, the person said. And yep, I was born in my kitchen. Yes, this is my kitchen. Was my kitchen. So I grew up with this is me, by the way, with my mother, and yes, that should be my mother, and with my stepdad. Yeah, and my little brother came along in 2004. That's my little brother. Yay. And that's me. My favorite color was yellow. Yeah, there was my house, and there was like a little rose bush in front of the house, and there were like loads of other houses next to each other in the street. And yeah, my parents were married, my mother and my stepfather. So on the weekends I went to visit my father very often. He lived in a house with my sister from time to time, and my sister lived with my stepmom also, and my little stepbrother. That's my stepmom. That's my little stepbrother. So I'm sorry for this part. I didn't press record somehow, so I'm showing you this now. So yeah, from grade 1 to 3 I went to this school, and I was alone most of the time. I was a great kid. I hugged trees, and I just daydreamed a lot. I liked to climb up that wall and just sit there. And yeah, if you got bullied, the teacher was like, children have to learn to be independent and take care of their own problems. But yeah, I actually made a friend there, and yeah, we got along pretty well. And yeah, she was my best friend at the time. From grade 3 to 4, I went to a private school, an international school. I learned English there. The people there were mostly very rich and had loads of money and were a bit snobby, but I was in a school with, I had 9 kids in my class. That was very cool. The teacher was very nice, and she took care of problems actually when they happened, which was very good. Yes, whoop. So yeah, I had to move when I was 10 because of my mother's job, and we had to move to France, and I didn't want to get used to a new school system and to a new language again and to new people and a new house. But yeah, we moved. And yeah, in my first year in France I hit puberty, and I didn't feel very good. I was 10 years old. I had this teacher who didn't really like me either, and who was very obsessed with the local language, and who taught that to us. She said I don't have dyslexia and I'm just bad at French, so I didn't get any help. And she kind of put me against the other students, saying stuff like, yeah, where you were before, everything was better, right? And stuff like that. Just kind of pushing me against the other students. And yeah, this is my teacher. That was my teacher back then. The other students, yeah, I was like in a class from 20 kids, and before I was in a class from 9 kids, and the other students, they all knew each other and they were pretty loud, so I had headaches all the time. I was in a small village with my brother and my grandma and my mom. At the end of the year, my mom and my stepdad got a divorce, and they fought a lot. In middle school, I got diagnosed with dyslexia and dyspraxia officially, but the teacher just didn't care. They said stuff like, I had dyslexia too, and I ended up fine, or you're just being lazy, or it's just a trend that people get diagnosed with that stuff. And like, you just have to do more sports regarding dyspraxia. So yeah, and the children, they were the same. They just said stuff like, oh, you're so lucky, you get extra aids, you can get a computer, and you don't have to, and you have more time on writing for exams and stuff. And they were also like, "Ew, you can't spell that," and "Why are you so stupid? Why can't you read like a proper person?" And yeah, and my middle school was basically very strict. We had a camera guarding the school and like a fence all over. And I started having dysphoria a lot because of my chest mostly, and I didn't know how to deal with that. I also had family issues a lot, and yeah, I just generally didn't feel good, and I was a pretty sad little teenager, confused little teenager. Yup. Yeah, I hid my chest a lot because of the dysphoria. I didn't really know what to do with it. Yeah, and I just really wanted to go back to Germany. Which is what I did. I went in high school, I went to an art school. Yeah, in my first year, this was my school. Yeah, I had to get used to a new school system again and to new people, and I didn't have any help regarding dyslexia or dyspraxia, and I just put loads of pressure on myself, and I didn't know anyone, so it was kind of hard for me at the beginning. Yeah, I was pretty sad all the time. I still had insomnia, and I just didn't feel good. I had trouble breathing, and I had anxiety attacks all the time. And I didn't know who I was. I was questioning everything, basically, which didn't really help with the insomnia, as you might guess. And yeah, my parents, my dad and my stepmom, decided I should go get some help. So they helped me find a psychologist. Yeah. In the new school, I quickly made friends though, and they're still great friends for me. So yeah, I had loads of different friends, and they were cool, and I learned so much about other people and about myself through these friends. And yeah, I found out pretty quickly that the school was very queer, and that helped me accept myself. And yeah, I have loads of cool queer friends now that come from my school. Yeah, I actually, in that school, was the first time I saw one of these are you a boy or a girl stickers, no. And yeah, that was very cool. I was very confused at first. I didn't really know what that meant. Um, so in the last 2 years, things changed a lot. I questioned a lot. I thought like, am I bi? Am I trans? I didn't really know. I cut my hair short. I had loads of different hair colors. Including purple and pink and blue and green. Yeah, I also, yeah, I had loads of different hair dyes, and I found out very quickly that I was non-binary, yeah, and that I was pansexual. So, and I found out loads of other stuff about myself, and yeah, that was good having a label for myself. And I quickly came out to my mother and got myself a binder, and that was like one of the greatest things I ever did for myself, I think. I felt so much better having a binder, and I had so much less dysphoria. So I also went to this local trans group. I still go there, and yeah, that helped me a lot, just having other people around me that are trans and that I can talk to about stuff. I also joined Out of This Binary, as you might know, and yeah, I basically beat insomnia, and I don't have any more panic attacks, and I'm just feeling a bit better, and that's good. Yeah, this is me with my fabulous hair and stuff right now, doing a bit better. And yeah, I got the medal for the person who changed the most in the last few years at my school, and I think that's like an interesting thing. Thanks for watching. Look out for the other people's videos on this topic. See you next week. Bye!